Welcome to the Rewards Master. In one of my recent live videos where I was talking about Thanksgiving and things that we have to be thankful for, where I tried to reflect upon some of the things in points and miles that mean a lot to me and have over the course of the last year, it was interesting because a lot of the folks who were participating in the live stream also had a great number of things they're thankful for. And so I wanted to just record a video today talking just from my heart and what's on the top of my head about the credit card world in 2025 as this year is drawing to a close, particularly in light of the fact that there's been a lot of negativity. In fact, I've seen many videos that express an idea that things are getting worse and the great heyday of credit card points and miles are over. And basically just a general sentiment of woe and that things are moving into more and more negative, that we're in a time of credit card despair, you might say. So is this true or is it not? Well, I'm going to just share off the top of my head some thoughts about it, if you'll stay with me as we look at it together. There certainly have been some negative things that have happened in 2025. We can think about devaluations. I know that some of the major programs devalued early in the year. Virgin had gotten better and then it got worse. I remember that Air France changed some of their point redemptions. There was a time it was 50,000 points, then it went up to 60,000 for business class redemptions to Europe. And there have been other programs that really went through a pretty significant devaluation. Hilton, oh wow, it seems like there's a devaluation of those points that comes every 6 months or so. So there have been some negatives on that front. There have also been some negatives in some of the card changes. Things like the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve. I mean, it got taken off the market completely. And that was a card a lot of people really loved. And then you see some of the changes with some major players. And I think part of the reason people are so negative is because some of the most negative changes seem to be with Chase, who, if you were to ask what card issuer is the favorite of more people, it's probably been Chase in the past. I mean, everybody's always thinking about their 524 count. Everybody's always thinking about how they're going to continue to ride the ink train and rack up all those points. And if you ask people, well, what's the most valuable currency? People are always saying Chase, because of Hyatt. So Chase has been just the darling of the credit card community for years and years, and they made major changes this year. I mean, they changed their Chase Reserve card and their Sapphire Preferred card. I mean, they took it from being able to get 1.5 in the portal to 1.25 in the portal with the lesser card down to basically 1 cent per point, except on things they deem as worthy to get an extra boost. But those things are often more expensive type flights, like, you know, if you're flying business class and things like that. So really, it's not as good as it used to be. They added so many credits. I mean, on the United cards, they added a lot of really weird credits, at least in my estimation. And on the Reserve card, it went up to $7.95 from $5.50, and they added a whole bunch of credits. Some people might argue that those edit credits are okay, but you know, there's not near as many of them as FHR, and you got to stay 2 nights, and they're really expensive hotels. And then they added dining credits. There aren't very many restaurants on the program, so most people in most parts of the United States don't have one accessible to them close by, so it's a credit that's hard to use. And then they added StubHub. Some people like that, some people didn't, and several other credits like that. And so, is it been good? Well, for some people it is, but for many people, it's a devaluation. So yes, there have been some negatives, but overall, I think we could also point to some incredible advances in the credit card world. First and foremost, I'm a big fan of Citibank, and Citi added American Airlines. Nobody had American Airlines since Bilt had dropped them, or they dropped Bilt. I don't know which way it worked, but for a while Bilt had them, but then they lost them. Then they gained Alaska, which is a good program as well. But overall, I mean, American's one of the most valuable point currencies. Very easy to get value both for international flights and also for domestic. Nobody had them as a transfer partner. Now, Citibank, which is a big-time earning program. I mean, you can rack up lots of points through spend with Citi. Now you can transfer them over to American. That is a very big deal. So that was one major positive, at least in my mind. There's been some other cards that came out on the market. I mean, even though some people don't like it, I think that the Citi Elite card is a positive. It's a neat card. It's easy to get your money back from it because it's got a super easy hotel credit, super easy splurge credit for American Airlines or Best Buy. I mean, it's a good card. You can get 6x 2 nights of the week. That's been a good bonus. And then they also came out with their Strata card, their no annual fee card, that's got a lot of great 3x multipliers and pairs really good in their ecosystem. So that was definitely a plus. Bank of America came out with their Atmos Summit card, which a lot of people are saying is the very best airline card maybe that's ever been produced. I mean, it's not going to work for everybody, but it is certainly different, and it certainly has some very, very neat features, especially if you spend, 3x on all spending, foreign spending outside the United States is pretty amazing. So I think that's very, very good as well. And so we saw those cards added. And also we saw some great, because of some mergers and things, some great things happen. Like Barclays was approving a lot of people for their Aviator card that had the easiest sign-up bonus there was with just one purchase to get 50 or 60,000 miles. They had loosened up their approval on those. So a lot of people got those cards. That was a good thing. And now towards the end of the year, we're learning that Bilt, who had been a disappointment to a lot of people because of their poor corporate communication in the past, they are moving away from Wells Fargo, and they've announced that they're going to have 3 new cards coming, and everyone who currently has a Bilt card is going to be able to choose one of those cards. Some of them have some intriguing multipliers. For me, I'm excited about the potential 1.5x on everything, because that can of course be translated over to Alaska, which is a great currency. So I'm excited about that. But in addition to that, you're going to be able to now pay mortgages with a Bilt card. And that is a fantastic, fantastic boost for so many people who have a mortgage and don't rent. And we're kind of left out of that points parade with Bilt in the past that was based upon renting. So that's a good deal. And then everybody who had a Bilt card is also going to get a Wells Fargo autograph card. And that is a great thing as well, because that is one of the arguably best no annual fee cards that there are. Wells Fargo added transfer partners, so that makes that card even better. And then Mesa came out with their Mesa homeowners card. So now there's some competition. There's going to be 2 cards that let you earn points on your mortgage, and that might very well, in fact, I would dare say it probably will, open up more banks to try to have some kind of mortgage benefit, which that more competition in any of those areas is just better for all of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say by all of this is that has the points and miles game changed? Yes, and it always will. We've always got to adapt. We can't do things exactly like we've done them before. But I would say overall, things have not only sometimes gotten worse, yes, but many other things have gotten better. And overall, you can still get incredible value from what, to me, is the best, the funnest, and the most rewarding hobby a person can have. And that's credit card, points, and miles. Well, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm filming this on my Action 4 camera from DJI. And if you're interested in one of those, I've just trying it out. It's brand new. I think it's doing a good job. I have a link down below for my Amazon store. If you're interested, check it out. And also, if you would look at my channel membership, it's just $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. I appreciate you. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you here next time.